Mr. Schmidt, what did you do to my bell?
You're touching it with your fingers.
It smells.
There
There we go. Every day I think he's in here messing with that bell. He's trying to sabotage things, guys.
I wouldn't mind
He doesn't like our bell.
It's loud.
I'm going to get another one. I want this really loud. This is going to shake up the neighborhood. All right. Well.
It doesn't sound as loud on the video. I've heard it on the video. It just because the video limits the audio, but
you ought
it's
to
loud.
watch him. He holds his ears.
Yes, I
My
do.
goodness, my goodness, my goodness. All right, so I've heard from a couple of you. You're reading some pretty awesome books. The Hunger Games and what was that other one? The Mixed Up Files of Mrs. something.
Mm-hmm. That's a famous book.
Yeah, it is, and I can't think of what it's called. But I have actually read the book. It was pretty cool. I like it. What is that? It'll come to me. Anyway, pretty decent book. So I'm really excited that some people have shared some books. Mr. Schmidt, has anyone shared some books with you?
No.
I slur.
Yeah.
You guys need to share some books. Yeah, so, well, I've only had 2, so I can't be bragging too much. But I am excited that a couple of kids have ventured out and are reading some decent books, so that's pretty cool. Questions and answers about the ocean, pages 26 through 29. So you're going to finish reading aloud the section together. Make a list of the liquids in your house that are acidic, vinegar, or alkaline soap. Vinegar is an alkaline.
I would just caution, be careful.
Yeah, please.
Don't mess with anything dangerous.
I want you to have your parents' permission to do this.
Maybe they can go through it with you.
Yeah, maybe ask your mom or dad what some things might be. Do not go opening up things. Do not mix things together. Stay away from a lot of stuff. Just ask your parents. But you could go and look at your hand soap.
I mean, because look at the list here.
Yeah.
Liquid drain cleaner, that's serious
stuff.
stuff.
I don't want you anywhere near ammonia.
Yeah.
Stay away from that.
Yeah.
That's crazy talk. You're not going near drain cleaner. No bleaches. If you go to salt water, you better answer to me because I can't go to the ocean. Things like that. Just kind of, I don't know, kind of think about that, but definitely with parent stay away from batteries. Parent supervision, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and talk about the story a little bit. Do we have any questions, Mr. Schmidt? Or did we not put those in there?
The questions from the passage?
Yeah.
We do, but on this page there are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I noticed one of the questions that I have.
Yeah, this page is continuing from yesterday's question, which was how CO2 gets into the water.
Well, we remember that CO2 gets into the water because...
and remember you were talking about when it does, what happens to the alkaline part.
Yeah. Well, our ocean does absorb the carbon dioxide. Our plants that live in the ocean need that carbon dioxide. The problem is we have to be careful because our ocean is more alkaline than acidic. It's not acidic, not very much. But carbon dioxide does make things become more acidic. So if the ocean absorbs too much acid, then the creatures that live in the ocean that have shells, our coral reefs, things like that, they don't get to form those good alkaline shells that they need. So it does make it a bit of a problem. Yeah. And Mr. Schmidt is looking at something right here. Definitely stay away from blood. I think let's just skip that whole altogether. Let's not look at any of that.
I was looking at that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
we don't need to look at any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I don't know if you guys can even read it on your page.
Yeah,
that's why I got this graphic.
It's cool to look at it. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
I don't want you to do that.
You're just making a list. You're not actually messing with the stuff.
Yeah, I don't want you doing that at all. And then I'm going over to the next question on page 27 for you. This is, how does the ocean affect the climate? Well, one thing that happens is there's an interaction between the equator and the poles. And so we have our, what is it called?
Ocean
convection
currents?
belt.
Yeah.
A conveyor belt that moves our water around.
Yeah, and we have the caption. You can read them the caption.
And you look at that. The Great Ocean Conveyor Belt refers to the major ocean currents that move warm water from the equator to the poles and the cold water from the poles back towards the equator. Now you're saying, well, why does that happen? Well, you think about the poles. When it is wintertime, it is freezing, freezing, freezing cold. Well, the equator is moving some of that warmer water north to warm up not just the water there, but the land masses around it. So that does happen. And then the colder water, which is more dense, that settles more to the bottom of the ocean, goes towards the equator. Okay, so there is that movement of water. So you kind of see this like a whirlpool effect that's going on. So the ocean does affect the climate by warming and cooling areas. Okay, so we can look at that. And then question 5 says, does the salt in the ocean do anything? Well, yes, it does. It does definitely have some effect. Fresh water has lower salinity, thank you, saltiness than estuary water, where the ocean water mixes with river water. The ocean itself is most salty of all. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. Ocean water is very salty. We need that salty water that is alkaline to make for sure that our shell creatures and our coral reefs and things are able to form correctly. Now, when our glaciers form, they release the salt out of that because it cannot freeze with the salt in it. So the salt sinks to the bottom of the ocean or below the glacier mass. And so therefore the glacier itself is fresh water. Now our concern right now is what happens if our glaciers melt? Well, if our glaciers melt, then all of that fresh water is dumped back into the ocean and it dilutes the amount of salt that is in our ocean. So what did I say that our coral reefs and our shell creatures need? They need for our oceans to be more alkaline. Well, that means it needs a little bit more salt. So if all of our glaciers melt through global warming, then that is going to destroy our coral reefs. So when you hear documentaries talking about the destruction of our coral reefs, I'm sure that that's probably a great deal about what they're talking about. Okay? And then question 5. Do we have question 5?
Yeah.
Oh, I think
we had already looked at it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself and I've already discussed it.
Yeah.
So I think that we're pretty good there. We have one more little caption. Oceans not only give Earth its blue hue and make our planet unique, but they also affect the air, the land, and all the bodies of water. So definitely the ocean has a lot more impact on our lives than what we think. So I think that's pretty cool. I hope you read the article completely. It is very interesting. So I hope you do, and you'll understand a lot more. Okay. For the writing says write a journal entry about what you have been doing the past week. So
I've been working on our dog's kennels.
yeah, I have been nursing a hurt foot and doing the things that I need to do, making contact with all of you guys, which was awesome. I really enjoyed hearing from a lot of you and actually talking to Daniel M. That was pretty sweet. I enjoyed talking to his sweet little voice. So that was awesome. I enjoyed that very much. I miss you guys. So those are some things that I've been doing. What have you been doing? Okay, so write a journal entry. What have you been doing this week? Okay.
And that
All right.
sums up writing.
Now, this here, adjectives, suffixes. I'm not sure. Oh, this is spelling.
Mm-hmm.
We have sandy, confident, peaceful, cumulative, optimistic, impressive, dependent, and historic. Write a spelling word for each clue. Okay, so Mr. Schmidt, the first one says, include all of the things that came before. Well, first thing that comes to my mind is historic.
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind...
I'm thinking something else.
Yeah, I'm thinking something else too, because I'm thinking of an accumulation.
Yes.
So there's a word that's similar to that?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking accumulative maybe, because it's the collection of things.
And as teachers, we always have to, in fact, this next week I have to fill out the CUME folders, and CUME is short for cumulative folder.
Yeah.
And that includes all the things that came before, all the grades that you guys had, from kindergarten on up to, or some of you may have gone to TK. TK all the way up to whatever grade you are in now, which is 5th grade. And so that's cumulative, and they call it your CUME folder. And we have to always fill those out for the next year.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely. So initially you might think historic because you're thinking things that came before.
Historic, to me, sounds more like an important event. Like some very important event that you would call historic.
But the phrase includes all of the things that came before.
Right.
All before. It tells me that is a cumulative. It's cumulative of all of it.
Right, because historic would be more like a time period or a moment.
Yes.
Not everything that came before. Okay.
Okay. Number 2, needing or relying on someone or something else. Well, that one should be pretty cheesy, easy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not even going to say that.
I'm not going to say it either. I'll just give you a hint. If you need someone or you rely on them, then what do? You depend on them. So which one of those words makes sense with that?
Okay, so we'll read the rest of them, but I'm not really seeing anything, but as we read, if you see something, Mr. Schmidt?
No, I think cumulative was probably the hardest.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So, yeah.
So number 3, quiet and calm. I think you can get that one. The land at a beach.
So
I want to go to the beach.
So this one would be, how would you describe the land at a beach?
What is the
one of those words describes
texture?
It. Yeah.
Or 5, deserving attention or respect. 6, happened in the past but remains important. That's that HIS word. 7, having hope for the future and expecting good things. That is the way I'm feeling about you. 8, feel you can do something well and succeed. Okay, yeah, I think a lot of us are. Okay, so what else do we have?
Well, I'm wondering if...
You have something?
Well, I'm just wondering here about... I want to make sure everyone knows what this word is.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. This thing.
Yeah.
Get there. Okay, and then get there and choose a color. Okay. So, yeah, there's that word. And then, let's see. Sandy, confident, impressive. Okay, confident, impressive, optimistic. Those, I can see people getting those confused, you know. So, I mean, not if you don't get it confused, good. That's good. But I'm talking about, I know some people in my class who may get those confused. So how would you describe confident?
Well, confident is feeling that you can accomplish something.
Yeah, you have faith in yourself.
You have faith in yourself,
and you believe you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of our success doesn't have to do with ability. It has to do with confidence.
Right.
Do I feel that I can do it?
Right.
Am I willing to go to the length that I need to accomplish that?
Yeah.
That is confidence. So confident is how you feel about yourself succeeding.
And so, okay, so I want to point out this one. Number 5 here. This is not exactly a great definition for me. Deserving attention or respect. Because when I think of the word that I'm assuming that they want us to use, I'm thinking, I don't know if I would use that word for something that...
Yeah.
I mean, there's other things I might say for the word.
Deserving attention or respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing a word up there.
Well, I do know which one they must want us to use.
Oh, I do too, but I'm not seeing the word that I probably would.
Yeah.
So
I want to just give my guys a clue.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, I'm just gonna give it to you.
Everybody a clue.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I think they want us to use impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if impressive would be... I don't know if that definition would be what I would use for impressive.
No, I wouldn't either, because I've seen kids out on skateboards and things on TV and crazy things that's like, wow, that's impressive. I can't believe it. That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh.
Yes, I did say that word again, because I want you to know.
2 days in a row.
I know. Some of the things that people are doing, it's like, wow, that is crazy. That's impressive. I can't believe they're able to do that. But I'm not sure, I'm not sure that that's something I want to put in my bank of things that I'm
because
really going to
deserving
respect.
attention or respect, that could be also something that's dangerous, right? It
Yeah,
deserves
it
your
could be.
attention. Well, I'm just saying, it deserves your attention and it deserves your respect, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's impressive,
Yeah.
I just think impressive might be... I would use a different definition.
Yeah, impressive, I think, is somebody that has... I feel something that is impressive is something that has accomplished a great goal. But, at the same time, what we call not really smart doesn't mean that they haven't accomplished a great goal for them.
No.
So, yeah. I don't think that that's the best match of words, but that is definitely the one
And so
after.
I was wondering if a lot of my students would know what optimistic means.
Oh, optimistic. Yeah,
so
definitely.
describe what you think optimistic means.
Positive attitude.
Yeah.
Just seeing everything in a bright way.
The old expression of the glass is half full rather than it's half empty, right?
Yeah.
You picture everything you look on the bright side of things.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
and you
it's
have a
gonna be
positive
sad day.
attitude about things,
Yeah.
and you just think everything's going to turn out all right.
Yeah, you have to address things positive.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to have issues through
So
life.
I just wanted to highlight those
definitely.
words. Okay.
I appreciate that, Mr. Schmidt. That was a good call.
Okay. Write the spelling word that is an antonym or a synonym of the bold word. There
Calm.
you go. A synonym for calm. Now, you guys know synonym means a similar meaning, right? A word that has a similar meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Antonym is anti, which is the opposite of something.
Okay, so, yeah. Negative. Well, I know negative. We've talked about it. That would obviously be optimistic.
Yeah.
Antonym of negative would be optimistic, right?
And the exact opposite of negative to me is positive, right? Because
exactly,
I think of charges and integers.
Yeah. Well, if we think about positive,
so if you're positive
and optimistic, they're synonyms, right? So, yeah. Okay.
And insecure, if you want the opposite of... Well, what's insecure? That means you're...
Not having faith in yourself.
Right,
Not being... Not not sure that you can do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You worry about whether you're able to do something.
Yeah.
So you guys, they want to know what would be the opposite of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a similar word for calm. You guys, if we look at the words up there, I remember the words up there. We can see which one of those. I'm pretty sure they would know which one is similar.
A synonym?
A synonym for calm.
Oh my goodness.
They can get that one.
Oh, that wasn't anybody in my class.
You stop it. Okay, and then we'll be on math. So
I love my babies.
That's it for today.
Guys. Have a great day.
Oh my goodness, 20 minutes.
Oh, and Cameron, thank you for watching.
Yeah. Any of you guys who are watching, thank you for watching. And you guys who told Mrs. Schmidt about your books, that's awesome. I wish my class would tell me about their books.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mrs. Basil.
I know Braden's watching.
Yeah. Shoot, I cannot.
Yeah, I remember. I thought there was Basil in it. Yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. Basil. I'm not gonna say. I'm thinking Full and Water.
I know.
No, that's not it.
It's a big long name.
Kind of like that. Yeah. Anyway,
okay.
I did read it. It is an awesome book.
Whoever you are that's reading it, you already know it.
That is, I believe, Callista.
Yeah.
Impressive girl.
Yeah.
You go, girl.
Bye, guys.